You've got to see what CNN did. Sometimes it's not the Republicans who are bending over backwards to try to say nice things about Donald Trump. Sometimes it's legacy and corporate media. And this clip is a perfect example of that. Here is a CNN interview. Here's John Berman interviewing Congressman Lloyd Doggett. Lloyd Doggett is on the Budget Committee. And despite the disaster that just about every aspect of this tax bill is, John Berman really wanted Doggett to say something nice. Can you say a little something nice about the bill? Take a listen.
This morning. So Russ Vought from the White House said that there are a number of things in this bill that he believes are very popular. Some of those would include, I imagine, a reduction of taxes on tips, or a reduction on taxes for seniors on Social Security, an increase of the child tax credit. How do you feel about those measures?
Well, I think the Senate accomplished a near impossible task. They took an ugly bill and they made it even uglier. So I'm concerned about the 17 million Americans who will lose their access to a family physician, the 17% increase in energy costs that we will have, and the largest cut in food assistance, as well as the fact that after they do all that, they leave us with trillions of dollars of new debt. These little flourishes that were added, like no tax on tips, are issues that are designed to cover the horrible job that they're doing. And I think you need look no further than the comments of some of the Republican senators. Senator Tellis calling it a betrayal by Donald Trump. Lisa Murkowski saying that this bill's not ready for prime time and the House should make more changes in it. And of course their buddy Elon Musk condemning it as the largest increase in our nation's debt in history.
So the increase in the debt is one thing. The question of whether or not it will benefit, some say in the middle class, is another. What benefits do you think would be accrued by the middle class in this bill?
Very little compared to the cost of this bill.
I love that. CNN, CNN is doing that thing again. They're trying to find the both sides narrative that they can push. And this is a situation where objectively one side is pushing a dumpster fire of a bill down the street. And the other side is saying, this is terrible for the country. And CNN is like, well, doesn't it do some nice things? Can't you say something positive about Donald Trump's bill? Sure, the legislation was rushed. It blows up the deficit. It has corporate giveaways. It mostly benefits the 1%. But isn't there something here that sparkles like a ginger snap and a rainbow, Congressman, that you could just praise in order to be nice to Trump? This is the desperate pursuit of balance in a world where the imbalance really should be the story. The bill is garbage. Even Republicans are admitting, as we looked at earlier in the show, we changed our minds because we met with Trump and he strong armed us. We changed our minds because we're afraid of Donald Trump. That's what this is really about. And CNN is trying to manufacture the illusion of consensus and that there's good things in this bill for everybody. And if they can get a Democrat to say something vaguely positive, then all of a sudden it's a debate instead of, hey, this is a reckless, unvetted disaster of a bill that Trump is strong arming his way through. So I wouldn't just call this bad journalism. As I've talked before, there's neutrality and there's objectivity. John Berman, right? He cannot take a position on the bill, meaning he is neutral in terms of his public presence on it. But he should be able to be objective and to say, hey, the vast majority of the benefits accrue to the 1% in corporations. Trump said he would decrease the deficit, but the nonpartisan analyses of the bill say it will increase the deficit. And by the way, Medicaid is going to be cut. The paperwork requirements are going to kick people off. Rural hospitals will close. That's being objective. And Berman can go, I'm not taking a position. Maybe you like that, maybe you don't, but that's what it does. Lloyd Doggett didn't take the bait, and that's good. Because the job of Democrats right now shouldn't be to pretend that Donald Trump's disaster of a bill has redeeming qualities. It should be to just say it's a disaster, plain and simple. And this all set Trump for a loop.